Obviously disappointed in today's game. I thought we had prepared well enough and practiced hard enough the past few days that we were ready. And then, in the first period, we came out. We made some good shots, missed a few shots that looked really good. But I think it came down to defense. We couldn't get defensive stops today when we needed to. And they capitalized, especially at the free throw line. So we've got to chalk this up, learn from this. We've got a big stretch ahead of us, 5 games in 10 days. So the best part of today is that we get to play in a couple of days and redeem ourselves.
All right, here we go. Speak into it, yep.
What is your favorite thing about basketball?
Oh, my favorite thing about basketball. I say my favorite thing is being able to play with other people.
Who do you think was the best player or a player that was really hard to guard or play against on the other team?
I think it was pretty obvious that it was 21. She came out, and she was very hard to stop for all of us.
What do you think you could work on or practice a lot?
Us, I think it's defense, communication. I think that's the biggest thing.
What defensive issues went wrong in the third quarter?
Third quarter.
You got that one, Tori.
Talking, not on screens, I would say the biggest thing. We struggled to communicate clearly and effectively.
What middle school did you go to?
You wouldn't know what it is.
Well, tell them where you're from.
Oh, I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, so I went to Rockville Middle. Not in Murfreesboro.
What is your favorite color?
Come on, Coach. I want to hear this.
My favorite color? Yellow. Makes me happy when I see yellow. I see the sun. It's bright. But my favorite color to wear is black.
Followed by green.
Green is quickly becoming my favorite color. How's that?
Who is your idol?
Idol? I gotta go my mom.
What is your favorite thing?
Just in general, favorite thing? My dogs. For sure.
Do you go to Starbucks, and if you do, what is your order?
I don't, so do you? Yeah.
I haven't been to Starbucks recently, except I did try their holiday drink. But if it were me, I would say go to Dirt Cowboy. They have a really great mocha.
What is your go-to brand of shoe?
Nike, of course. We are a Nike school. We love Nikes, and we get to wear them all the time. I see some really nice Nikes here. Yes, yes, yes.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is chicken parmesan. I'm Italian, and I love Italian food.
Oh. What shoes do you wear in game?
Right now, they're Katie's.
What's your favorite drink to get at Starbucks?
We'll say a strawberry acai refresher.
Why did you come to Dartmouth?
Want me to go? What? No, I got. I would say just the tight-knit environment. Basketball was a big part, but the academics, being able to balance the traditions. And I also come from a very small town, so almost it's like a great place for a second home.
Tori wants to answer that one, too.
Thank you. That's such a good question. I really appreciate it, like the honesty that I got from who I was recruited by, and just the opportunity that Dartmouth has, obviously on the court and off the court as well.
How long have you played basketball?
Oh Lord, it's my longest career ever. I'm 21. I'd give or take about 12, 13 years.
What's your favorite sport?
Maybe basketball, you know.
What's your favorite food?
Answer that one, so you can
Chicken tenders.
You like chicken tenders, too?
There we go, right person. What sauce? Like any Chick-fil-A sauce or Zaxby sauce, stuff like that.
What inspired you to play basketball? Was it just fun, or did you what do you really like about it?
Both of my older brothers played, so it kind of made sense for me to fall in line, and I was very competitive as well, so I always wanted to beat them.
What team that you've played is your best basketball match?
Last year, I would say last year, Cornell. It was a good match at times.
How has your experience been at Dartmouth so far?
I really liked it. It was an adjustment at first, but the girls are great. The newcomers, it's been quick adapting.
What's your favorite animal?
Mine's a dog.
How stressful is it being on the court on a scale of 1 to 10?
There we go. Oh, me? I would say when you first go in, depends on like the situation, maybe like an 8, 7, but then it gets easier.
All right, kids, let's give coach and their players a round of applause.
Thanks for coming. Who wants to be a reporter when they grow up? All right.
We're doing great.
All right. Good job. Those are some really good questions. Thank you so much for being here and cheering for us. We could hear you in the game.
Everyone, we're going to get up and we're going to walk out here slowly, okay?
As good as questions they did. I guess, Sierra, for you, what was the scout going in on DeChent, and then what was kind of the challenge of kind of covering her? I know, obviously, number 21.
Yes,
yeah.
The challenge. So for me personally, I had to try to emanate her style of play in practice to make my teammates better. And it's just like being as aggressive as her, as efficient, and then going in and trying to reverse that.
Yeah. Well, what's it like trying to reverse that? Like, do you have the tells at all? Like, does that make it easier when you're maybe trying to pick up full court, or is it, I guess,
I would say a little bit. Yeah, I would definitely say it helps a lot.
Coach, for you, what did you see from her? I know it's now like a third America East kind of player that y'all have faced kind of in the upper echelon, probably that conference. What is maybe the challenge of kind of playing her, trying to guard her?
Well, obviously their offense runs through her. She has the ball in her hands most of the time. And, she made a couple of late shot clock, shots and drew a couple fouls. Her game is drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. Granted, we put her at the free throw line 6 times at the end based on what we were doing, trying to foul, play, stretch the game out. So I thought we did a good job of not putting her to the free throw line most of the game. And obviously there are a couple of, plays that, we were a little disappointed in that they resulted in fouls. But she made tough shots. She made shots. We've got to do a better job of keeping people out of the paint and not allowing downhill middle drives. And that's something that we work on every day. And as Sierra just said, Sierra wore number 21's jersey the last 3 days, and she was her. And, and we couldn't stop Sierra in practice. So I knew, our goal was to try to contain her, keep her to her average, which we didn't, and then limit everybody else. And, they had another young woman, number 11, who stepped up and scored over her average. But again, we were in the game. It came down to free throws. They made their free throws. We didn't make ours.
You kind of touched on the free throws there. Was there a particular emphasis to get downhill after the Vermont game? I think it was only 3 free throws there.
Yeah, our goal is to make more free throws than the other team attempts. Today, we did make more free throws than they attempted. We just missed a lot, too. We want to score when the clock is stopped, especially in that fourth quarter when we were down. So we were drawing up plays that we could get downhill, especially Tori get downhill, Tahira get downhill, get to the basket, and try to draw fouls that way. And we did that. We just got to capitalize and make our shots.
Victoria, for you, what opened up at all just in the fourth quarter? Obviously, the scoring kind of barrage late to shrink the deficit to single digits, but what were you kind of seeing?
We just needed buckets. We went a very bad third quarter with not kind of putting too much together. We needed to see it go through the rim. And I think not only for myself, but I think our teammates as well, when you see someone else go in. It happened in the first quarter. We made our first few shots early, and, people had good energy. But when we came out in the second, we were flat. And I think it just takes that one shot, being aggressive by one person, to help the next person see it go in.
Coach, I know you kind of talked about after the U-Albany game that maybe you couldn't play at the pace that you did to close the game. You kind of closed it again with the full court pressure again. Is that something that kind of you consider going forward about trying to, I don't want to say play for 40 full minutes of kind of that pace, rotating people in and out, but does that give you, I don't know, some pause at all, or is...
I understand what you're saying because it's something that we talk about, controlling the tempo, clock management. We're not there yet where we can give another team 60, 65, 70 possessions a game. The difference today was we got really good looks, and 2 or 3 threes went in and out, a layup went in and out. We just didn't convert. So for us to come down and take quick shots and then turn around and give them the ball, but speeding them up is good. Something that we talked about today with our group after the game was, it's the consistency on defense. So, our better offensive players are not our best defensive players, and our better defensive players are not our best offensive players. So we kind of have to go a little bit of offense, defense, and be very strategic in our rotation and what we're trying to do. Obviously you could see that we put Sierra in, and our big lineup wasn't working today. Our bigs could not guard their actions the way they needed to. So we had to go 4 guards instead of playing 2 posts, which is what we normally play.
I guess just my last thing would be, you and Victoria and some other players have harped on kind of the defense just still kind of growing. I know it's only through 5 games, but what does kind of these next 4 games, 9 days stretch kind of provide in terms of figuring out that side of the floor?
I'll let you answer first.
Well, I think playing that many games, first of all, allows you kind of have short-term memory. Like, you have to move on to the next. Something even just play to play, try to harp to my teammates as well, if it's a mistake or anything at all. But I think just, again, we do have such a new core on our team, and so getting them to buy into the philosophies that, Coach is trying to teach that, I've got to play only 1 year, but you have to be able to follow that energy. It's the game of basketball. You have to play defense. That's how you're going to win a game. And you got to be able to guard whenever, the ball's not going in on your side. So just picking it up in practice, picking up the intensity, because obviously what we're doing right now is not enough. So, I'll take that on me to be better and push my teammates. I know, like I said, Sierra's a great teammate, and she steps on the court every day and makes everybody better. So I think it takes, everybody else in a jersey to do the same thing.
Like Tori said, coming up, we have a lot of games. It's a lot of time and opportunities to grow, and I just think we're all just going to have to pitch in, give 100% of whatever we can give. And for me personally, too, it's just going in, trying to, again, emulate whatever I have to do and try to make my teammates better. And then just picking them up. Communication is a big key for us, and just try to do that.
I'll finish that question with the fact that we know as a unit, everybody that's on the court is responsible for 20% of the defense. That makes up the whole 100% team defense. And if one person's 20% isn't where it needs to be, other people are going to step up. The one thing I will give our staff credit with is we're not afraid to adapt, adjust, and make changes where we need to. We're not stuck on a lineup. We're not stuck on, certain people playing certain amount of minutes. And we have 6 newcomers, and we have a lot of young women who didn't really play a lot of minutes last year that we're asking to play this year. And we're also still playing without Doreen, who is our best defensive player. So with that being said, we're a work in progress. Every single day we're working hard. We're coming together. I will say that they are playing as a unit. They're unselfish. They want to learn. They are receptive, and we're going to get there. This is why we play these games. This is why we schedule some, tougher non-conference games for us. But going forward, we're going to do what we need to do. We'll adapt and adjust. We also, once league play comes, we'll put in other presses and stuff like this. But this, today we were in our diamond press. Next game we might be in a different press. We also have our zone defense that we haven't really played yet, and we'll look to see us play a little bit of zone as well.